Monsoon season brings a lot more than spurts of heavy rain, lightning, and flash floods. Wind can be a problem too. Downburst winds can be extremely damaging. So what is it? It starts off with what looks like a typical storm. But what you can't see is under this cloud, there's actually dry air moving through, evaporating that rain extremely quickly to the point where it's not hitting the ground. It's called evaporative cooling. And what that does is it makes that air colder, denser, and heavier. All of that air needs to go somewhere. So we're talking 50 to 60 mile per hour winds that could be damaging to your home. Wind also contributes to wildfire danger. In the beginning of monsoon season, thunderstorms produce a lot of lightning and wind, but not enough rain to wet the fuels, like grass, shrubs, and trees. That means once a wildfire starts, there are a lot of conditions that keep that fire going. So how can you protect yourself and your home? Create a defensible space, clear the area around your home from fuels, and of course, if there's a burn ban, follow the rules. Next, flash floods. Flash floods can be deadly. You see what starts off as a dry road, but that can change quickly, in a flash if you will. And that's because there's a continuous storm in a higher elevation area, a storm train. That rain hitting the same spot over and over again. And then that water rushing through low-lying areas like arroyos or ditches. And the next thing you know, it's bringing along with it debris, including rocks and branches, and you've got a flooded roadway. And that's why it's important to turn around so you don't drown. While on average floods kill more people, lightning can make every single thunderstorm a potential killer. It's often the first thunderstorm hazard to arrive and the last one to leave, whether the storm produces a single bolt or 10,000 bolts. Here's what you can do to protect yourself. Watch for signs of an approaching thunderstorm. If you can hear thunder, you're close enough to a storm to be struck by lightning. Get inside a house or car if you can. If there isn't shelter, find a low spot away from trees, fences, and poles. And if you're on a boat, get out of the water. We talk a lot about water during monsoon season, but it is still summer, so you could suffer from heat exhaustion or heat stroke. So let's break down the difference. If you think you're suffering from heat exhaustion, you do have some time, and the symptoms include feeling faint or dizzy, excessive sweating, with cool, pale, clammy skin. When it comes to a heat stroke, though, those can be deadly. We are talking about a throbbing headache, no sweating, red hot, dry skin, and in some cases, you may lose consciousness. The good news is if you are suffering from heat exhaustion, you have some time. Go to a colder area, drink water, have a cold shower. But if you're experiencing symptoms including nausea and vomiting, you could be suffering from a heat stroke. That can be deadly, and you'll want to make sure you call 911. Joy Wang, KOB4.